Are you and your team about to participate in a game jam? This tutorial will cover what you should have prepared in advance so you don't waste time on the day of the jam. The most important thing for any team member will be learning how to manage a GitHub repository for your game. But I'll also include some guidelines for creating a Unity project and structuring it effectively for teamwork. If you don't have Unity Hub, download it. It's best if the whole team has the same version of the Unity editor. This is where you can download it. Go to the Official Releases tab rather than the beta ones. I recommend using the latest LTS version. If you already have the code editor you want or don't need it, you don't have to download this. Make sure it isn't just one of the team members who is able to export builds of the game, because you never know what will happen at the last minute, so download the Web and Windows modules, and Android if you want to make a mobile game. And now download the documentation, because it never hurts, although you can find it all on the Unity website as well. When all the components have finished downloading, your computer will likely ask for permission to install them. Now we have a decision. Create the project first or create the GitHub repository for it. You can do it both ways. If you don't know if your project is going to be 2D or 3D, then it's convenient to create the repository first and create the Unity project inside the repository folder once you decide. In my case, I already know that the project will be 3D URP, so I'll create the project first. This only has to be done by one person on the team. To avoid weird errors, I recommend you keep your Unity project folder as few folders deep as possible. Don't put them inside a folder labeled Jam Games, inside another one called Programming, inside Nerdy Stuff, inside Hobbies, inside My Stuff, etc. etc. Alright, project created. A little check for your code editor. Make sure you get Unity-specific autocomplete suggestions like I am. Otherwise, it means IntelliSense isn't working, and it's worth fixing. You can refer to the documentation for that. Now for the repository. Download GitHub Desktop or something similar like SourceTree and choose to create a new repository. Name it after the Unity project folder, but its location has to be the folder containing it, rather than the project folder itself. Add Unity to the ignore list. It will automatically create the first commit for you, but you have to push to create the repository. Once you have it, you can start creating branches for your team. First, we create the dev branch, which is a child of main or origin. It will automatically have the same content as main. Now I'll create child dev branches for every team member. I've uploaded a change in dev, so you can see what it's like to work in your branch and update it with the changes made by others. I'm working in the branch Dev Music. I'm going to make the following change in Unity. Create a folder called Audio. I'm going to upload this change to the repository, but first I'm going to compare with the dev branch to see if there's something new to download before I upload my changes. Yep, there is. I do a merge commit and a push to upload it to my version of the project. Now it's my turn to commit my change and upload it as well. Now it's time to upload my change to dev so the whole team can download it too. I switch branches. I'm now in the dev branch and compare with my personal dev music branch and merge commit and push. Finished. Now I go back to my personal branch and continue working there. After several changes in dev, it's worth uploading them to main. So, one person goes to main, compares with dev, does a merge commit and push. Working in branches helps to prevent one's work from getting overwritten and lost should a merge conflict occur. But these conflicts can still be avoided if you structure your project intelligently. This is what I usually do. Instead of having the whole main game in the same scene in Unity, I separate the different elements into different scenes. This way, everyone can work simultaneously on the project, each in different scenes, without overwriting each other, and still be able to see how the whole thing works together. You can drag the other scenes into the hierarchy to see how they look together as you work. You can also create an empty all scenes loader scene with a script that loads all the individual scenes additively. They all have to be added into the build for it to work. This would work perfectly in the final version of the project. You don't need to copy and paste everything into one scene afterwards. If you don't have a start menu, put all scenes loader as the first scene in the build. And if you do, have the start game button load all scenes loader. Now that I've set up the project for my team, I'm going to invite them as contributors to the repository. Done! Now they just have to accept the invitation, download the repository to their computers, and we are ready.